So, guys, today we'll look into a scenario in which Germany tries to reform the HRE. Is this even possible? But before we begin, there's a few maps and flags I'd like to show you of this country that is made up of a mess of borders. I want to show you what countries it covered, what it looked like, yeah, and flags. So, 1 second. One thing I wanted to show you guys is what it looked like as peak, what countries it covered. It covered Luxembourg, Germany, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Austria, Czechia, some of Belgium, some of France, some of Italy, some of Croatia, some of Slovenia, and some of Poland. Although it won't look exactly like this is what it should look like. And now let's look at the mess it was. And then this is a HRE. As you can see, this is a Bohemian state. Yeah. Austrian state. And then, well, yeah. It's from the rest of here, it turns into a mess. Including, I think that's Bavaria. But it's a mess, as you can tell. And, well, whoever came up with this idea of empire must have liked messes. Like, it's not even organized. See? Look at the states. Like, Hesse. And, yeah, that's probably. And then the Rhine area. See? But, yeah. That's it. It was a mess. And let's look at the flag. And this was a flag. Although the thumbnail didn't have a flag exactly like this is the flag. The thumbnail had a more simplified flag. And, well, well, probably better because looking at this on a thumbnail might be a bit over detailed, maybe. And I hope you're enjoying it so far, as this is stuff about it. Obviously, Austria and, well, Prussia was always competing over these lands. Eventually became after the Republic of the Rhine after Napoleon came. That was long after losing a big chunk of its territories. And, well, then it became the German Confederation. And then, well, the North German Confederation came. And then Germany was united. But it lost a lot of territory to modern day. So, now let's check out the rest of the with the first thing Germany trying to reform the HRE wants to do is invade Luxembourg. Why would they invade Luxembourg? Because they can. Well, they shouldn't, but they can. And within 24 hours, Luxembourg falls. But that's pretty good for a country of their size. And, well, Germany starts rapidly increasing its army and training soldiers. Although it has 200,000 to add to the military, it's still training. So its military is like 210,000. And, well, they're probably going to be training a lot. With their invasion of Austria, and luckily for Germany is that some Austrians want to join them. So they rally around Vienna, some Germans that want to join them. And Germany launches paratroopers to get behind the front lines. And, well, they take Vienna. All that's left is Tyrol. It's mountainous. But, like, nobody realizes what Germany means by the HRE, if they're going to make it the exact same, bigger, or better. Nobody knows. And, well, Germany annexes Austria, and a lot of the soldiers did desert to join Germany, so Germany's army got bigger. And, well, they still have a few more months to train those 200,000, but now they got 200,000 more to train. Yeah. They are rapidly increasing their army. But remember, they're probably at 230,000 ready. And, well, after those months of training, a lot are ready. Like hundreds of thousands more. So Germany's military is like 500,000. And they keep up this rapid pace of expanding the military as they march into. Why did that happen? As they march into Czechia. And, well, yeah. Yep, that does happen. And while their invasion is swift and successful. So they annex more land in. More land, more resources, more strength. It's not going to be the exact borders. It might be bigger in certain areas or smaller. With them having multiple places to invade now to form it, Poland, but they picked Slovenia. Why do they pick Slovenia? Because they could. And then they also went into Croatia. So Croatia and Slovenia are now at war with Germany. With them offering Bosnia more coast if Bosnia joins, and Serbia some lands within Croatia. So Serbia and Bosnia joins. That makes no sense. Serbia makes a big offensive north of Srpska. And well, Bosnia moves into the coast and Germany moves down, with the collapse of Croatia happening and to try and form the HRE. They're now ready for an operation with Hungary, into Hungary. Why into Hungary? And they also go into Slovenia. Why these two? Because they're still weak, but Germany is much stronger as their military is rapidly getting stronger. So they march in. And what happened here? Well, Serbia took some of the Krajania. Bosnia became big, and well, Germany annexed more land into their country. And well, this is a bit much what they're doing. But Serbia launches an invasion along with Romanian troops into these countries. With everybody seeing how bad this is, but Germany is rapidly increasing its army and nobody wants to do anything. Of course, I deviated this from reality quite a bit, because in real life, once Germany marched into Austria, they would probably be... Once they marched into Luxembourg, NATO would be activated, and they would get crippling sanctions. So yeah. Well, then again, sanctions don't work instantaneous. Bratislava falls, and quickly Serbia takes Budapest. And Hungary collapses, and then a peace treaty is signed. Sanctions. And keep in mind, Germany is one of the biggest economies in the world. I think it's behind China, Japan, the United States. It's way ahead of Russia, way ahead of Poland, way ahead of France's. Well, not way ahead of France's, but definitely further ahead than Britain's. And well, Germany's stuck. With Britain saying, well, we are going to stop the HRE too. And France is like, but why? Because they won't invade me. They can't. And Germany's like, really? Italy, you going to join? And they're like, okay, we're backed into a corner. This might be bad. And Russia's like, if you buy oil, we'll help you. And Germany's like, fine. As they make a deal with Europe's most reckless nation. As they will send forces from Slovakia, Hungary, and the Ukraine and Russia will help them. So, well, what do? They have no choice. Well, they have a choice. You always have a choice. But, yeah. But they're probably sanctioned by this European alliance. But I'm saying the Balkans probably don't care. With Romania marching in and annexing Moldova. With Russia saying, well, we're not doing the best, so maybe you can change the tides. As well, the tides are just bad for them. As Germany's army is reaching millions and millions ready for service. Well, actually, it's 4 million now, as they've been expanding all video, I told you, rapidly. As they move in, they try to get their friend to join, which is Romania. And why is their friend moving in? Because they made Romania their friend in Hungary. Yeah. with this front line, with them making across the Dnieper again. And while they move in the north, quickly taking all the major cities somehow. But Ukraine sees now it's kind of not a great point. As Romania and Germany are flocking in. Ukraine does not surrender, as they won't. With Belarus sending 60,000 men like Germany has sent 400,000. So, well, now Kiev is finally outnumbered. As Kiev is actually in the numerically better off by hundreds of thousands of forces, it seems. But that might not be true, because, well, that's the only forces I really see numbers for. With, well, the fall of Kiev happening, it's seen as a major event. As, well, Russia is starting to become more close to Germany than they ever were. As, well, Ukraine is forced to surrender. Well, that makes sense, kind of. I guess when everybody's invading you on every front, you're probably in trouble. But maybe you're not. Well, it's a big land area to be partitioned. It's not going to be as bad as you would think it would be. With, wanting Kaliningrad, but they can't have it, basically. Well, they can, but they shouldn't. With them declaring war on Denmark. Why on Denmark? So they can expand north. Why aren't they expanding like the HRE never went this far north? Well, it already went too far north when the video started. So, well, I guess it has to go too far north, maybe? With a big advance happening into Denmark. 1 hour. Let's look at the second hour. Okay. Let's look at the third hour. Let's look at the fifth hour. 6th hour. 7th hour. 8th hour. Okay, they lasted 8 hours. Not that bad. Well, I'm basically making the HRE different. And everybody's like, but this doesn't make much sense to nobody. But, of course, the one doing it, which is Germany. And Germany's forces are already, in total, a few million. But, really, that's because they were training loads for this. With them ending up in war with Sweden. Why did they end up at war with Sweden? Because they're like, yeah, Sweden is ours. And well, they also want to take the Teutonic Order as part of itself, but they know Russia wants it, so they'll have to have some kind of negotiations over those lands. But Germany, remember, is a strong one in this alliance. With them invading Sweden. Russia's probably sending forces out their naval areas. And probably will want to lands here by Stockholm, which they use to take Stockholm within a matter of weeks. And well, why isn't Germany wanting to go too far here? Because, well, they don't need it all. Even though the resources would be so great to have all of them. Realistically, taking them fully into the country would be hard. Theoretically, Russia could just launch an invasion north, but it's all mountains, you see the problem. And theoretically, Finland could join the war if Russia were to get too close to its territory. Wouldn't want it north of their territory, which they basically... Well, Germany is ready for peace now, and Russia is too. As they basically tell them what the new HRE is ready to battle Europe. Where do they start? Well, they start in Poland, shocker. Them having forces lined right across the Polish border with like 2 million forces ready to invade. But Poland was also building their military strongly, in case you guys didn't realize, because I never told you. But in the end, well, Germany did better at it. Okay. And well, Russia invades. Why are we... They basically demand the withdrawal of these territories, or they shall invade Germany. But Italy is unable to invade Germany as there's wall mountains, good defenses. But there's one area they can invade through. But, yeah. Luxembourg. As Luxembourg wasn't the best protected by Germany, but this is probably not a big deal, because Germany has millions of forces now, as I told you, because they built their army right up to North Korea number levels. And well, yeah. They win. And why somebody had to make their third espresso while I'm recording, I don't know. But maybe somebody needs to drink less caffeine. Just saying. With them successfully getting across the Rhine. They move into the Danish territories, but at this choke point, they're kind of just decimated at choke points. And this happens. And the Baltics are in the war now. With Germany wanting some, they have the rush, as Russia is rushing in. Because there's a bit of a dispute over these territories. With Germany landing here. Of course, they promised Russia some of the territories they're landing in. With them meeting up with Russia after Riga fell, and then Vilnius fell. And then, well, Tallinn is encircled and taken, which is a collapse of Tallinn. And let's see what happens through the northern border, guys, right? A big stalemate. You want to see where the stalemate is, guys? Well, in two areas, the front is being held up well, which is back here by millions of this coalition's forces. And well, there's another one here. And basically, yeah, there's two stalemates. And well, that's not great. But for Poland's sake, nobody really helped them until it was too late. As Poland is ready to fall for the second time, they refuse to give up. Even after Warsaw falls, they refuse to give up. Even looking like this, they refuse to give up with no way of advancing. They still don't give up. And well, Germany starts moving its forces, with France deciding we have to do the fastest offensive ever towards Berlin. Well, yeah. They get to the battle and take Berlin, but they didn't realize something. Well, yeah. A big offensive was ready for right here. The radars didn't pick up. And well, their Berlin forces are captured. And well, yeah. They're basically forced to turn with a big battle happening as Germany crosses the Rhine and meets the Rhine, came back bad in Württemberg, with the Netherlands holding on for dear life. But is this enough? Nope. And well, something bad happened. They move in fast. With, well, the Second Battle of Dunkirk breaks out, but instead Germany takes it. And while they land in Britain, oops. So Britain trying to take them out. Well, London falls. And well, England is a mess. With them saying, yeah, England, you thought you could beat us? With them moving down for Paris, which they take. But they know they won't get what they want, so they don't give up. With France having millions of forces, but ultimately Germany's 1.5 million forces left for this front. They had 5 million, but now they're down to 2.5. So they have 1 million in Britain and 1.5 in France. with France basically neutralized in an invasion of the Italian mountain happening. With somebody invading Switzerland, but they basically tell Switzerland, well, yeah. Switzerland just says, yeah, we want to join, even though they blew up everything in that country. It made everything basically useless. They still want to join. Germany is what their people voted after a referendum after Germany was struggling to move. I mean, yeah. With France in trouble, as Britain can no longer save it. So as it's down to like 700,000. And desertions start happening rapidly, and France's military hits like 400,000. Yeah, they're in trouble. With Italy's army rapidly collapsing to the 200,000 German forces. Well, also, Germany's down to about 2 million. Okay, this war is harsh, but war time in 300 years. And well, once Britain gets invaded, they're kinda in trouble. With them diving down and taking Brittany and Normandy. With France completely wore out, France surrenders. And well, a big treaty is signed, the biggest. Let's start with the Eastern Europe one, the Treaty of Warsaw. Britain's still fighting. Fine, Britain's at peace too. And let's see countries that join rapidly. Well, yeah. But unfortunately, Turkey can't really join. Montenegro joins. Well, Scotland and well, Wales and multiple countries, including the Nordics, join, with the leaders being Germany. As Germany has the best economy. With Russia being probably the strongest military-wise, probably, conscripting most. But Germany is this, basically. The HRE is strong. And well, according to this, I'm going to make a new layer so I can show you something. Germany basically fully controls this. Yep. The HRE, this HRE fully controls this. As well as this. As well as this. Well as this. As well as this. Well as this. As well as this. Basically is full control by them. All of this. So yeah. All of this. And that's why I'm going to hide that layer. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Even subscribe. We're at 207 subscribers. That's 43 away from our goal. That is 250 by April 1st. So if you could, please leave a subscribe. If you like this kind of video, like. And comment what you want. Like, comments go far. And well, as we saw all of this HRE's control, which the HRE is pretty strong looking. Like, this is better than the one that happened in our world. Well, then again, they only did one bad move, which may be a big bad move, which is probably going to lead to the collapse of Russia, which maybe they probably wanted a collapse of Russia. I don't know. So please like, subscribe, and comment. And remember to like, subscribe, comment, as we are 43 away from our goal of 250 by April 1st. So please like and subscribe, as next month's goal is 350 by May 1st. So please like and subscribe, as that'd be very, very, very helpful. And that's all for today's video. Wild Mapper out!